అసిస్టెంట్ ప్రొఫెసర్గా ఉన్నటువంటి డాక్టర్ సాంబయ్య గారు మాట్లాడతారు.
Father garu, Ali garu, friends. It's really an honor to be here actually today. Actually 2 days ago, Professor Kancha Ilaiah called me up and he said about this meeting. He said I should come. But actually he thought that I was in England. That's why he couldn't include me in the panel. But anyway, today this morning actually included me. What he said, see, there are 6 people in the panel, 3 people who are going to oppose my writing, and there are other 3 people who are going to kind of you defend or you respond to the people who kind of argue against my writings or my ideas, my thoughts. So I was actually like at ease. Because it's only response, I don't have to kind of speak in the sense like, on my own, standing in front of you. But now that, some people kind of will turn on also, like, I will have to speak. But anyway, before I sort of say a few words about Professor Kancha Ilaiah's writings and then his ideas, I just wanted to touch upon, 2 issues, very quickly. Actually, I was talking to Mr. Gundimedu this afternoon at lunch. Last month, the 26th, I attended to a conference, Hyderabad Government Degree College. It's about exclusion and development. And there are various dignitaries actually like turned up, and then they were inaugural session. They're all talking about how India became rich and like poor still need to be included. What are the methods and then measures to be taken? Yeah. And then in that inaugural panel, there's one a lady who was gracious and then who is also beautiful. She's there, and somebody told me that she is Gundimedu's daughter. I was actually eager to, I was, waiting very eagerly to listen to her, like, what she's going to talk. Because I come from, a village background. I come from a Madiga background. Like Arya, he kind of, raises sheep, and then I kind of, looked after my buffaloes. So, but these are like Gundimedu's daughter, and she's kind of upper middle class. Somebody's kind of I was under the assumption that she wouldn't kind of care about Dalit or anybody. That's what I thought actually anyway. And when she touched up, when she was given an opportunity to talk, actually she was talking about the caste system. Circular notion that mentioned. She said, there are people who are kind of excluded. They are not included in this program. And actually it's a question like, who are poor people in this country? Poor people come from, low caste backgrounds. And, I'm really kind of stunned and surprised. What I want to say that, I really appreciate Gundimedu for giving that, the training. Actually, like growing up as an IAS officer daughter, he doesn't have to kind of think about caste structure. He's kind of removed from the everyday nitty-gritty of caste discrimination, but actually it's kind of in a seminar in front of people like IAS officer touch upon caste issue means like something like that comes from training, and I really appreciate that. And that's the first thing. And the second aspect actually, Garu, he was talking about Christianity and then that's the issue. That like just one quickly half a minute. Actually, I grew up as a Christian. I'm a Catholic actually, but yeah. And I don't think actually like Christianity is obstacle for Dalit consciousness or Dalit movement. What I think Actually, recently I met Chennaiah. He's from Ongol. Actually, he said something very revealing. What he said, Dalit movement led by school dropouts. School dropouts means like Dalit leaders. Who are these Dalit leaders? Grassroots workers who are leading this activism actually. Like they are must have studied in high school or maybe like degree dropouts. The first generation, 80s, Bodharakum, Pes Padmarao, now Krishnamadiga. They have certain education, they have certain training. But now, if you look at now this Madhuri Dandora and then Mal Mahanadu, like you have only 10th class failed people like work in the leadership position. This is where I think there is movement actually like not going any further. And then look at like what all these people like became party workers to Jagan and then other like this is where like our state of politics actually. I think it's important that Dalit and Dalit leaders and another thing actually like educated people not really, of course they kind of become as a donors. They give some money to the people who are leading to the movement, and they think that that's enough for them. Like okay, these people will kind of take the movement forward. But then they will have certain level of understanding, certain approach, certain vision, and then beyond that they won't be able to go. Ambedkar kind of educated person, and like he kind of apart from reading, writing, he kind of is an act. He was active, and that's where like the Dalit movement survived during this time. But now what's happening now? I think all the educated people are kind of after this employment and position and leaving behind our Dalit movement this school dropouts. I think this is where like we need to really think about it. Yeah, that's like two things. And about Professor Ilaiah writing. Actually, when I studied 10th class, I read Asamadhan Jivayatra or Jivayatra. I couldn't sleep for I was disturbed for a month or so because I could see myself. I guess a lot of people actually see themselves after reading that book. I was told at least. But I saw myself. I was kind of really terrified. But there are books actually which give you a window of knowledge, also make you to understand things. And I must say that after reading this, why I'm not a Hindu, I actually looked upon my Madhika life, and then I went back actually what all I have done. My grandfather was Buddha. Actually, he kind of used to take this dead buffalo and then take out to the village and then cut it and then remove the skin and then process it. So all those lights actually I could see in front of my eyes, getting back. So from then onwards, actually I must say that I grew up with ideas, writings, and then also Bhagopal's writings, and this and Kancha Ilaiah and other people actually, all these Dalit intellectuals, and then I've not so much read about leftist writings, but then Dalit intellectuals, like the people with Dalit bias, I grew up with. And I really thank Kancha Ilaiah for this wonderful opportunity of giving us this huge literature and then forcing us to think about it. Now, actually, in the context of Telangana movement, I was before that I must tell one thing. My ideas actually, I have written a small book, Brahmanatva, Malatva, Manatva, Ambedkartva, in favor of Dandora categorization actually. So my influence eminently, apart from Ambedkar's ideas, also came from Kancha Ilaiah, and then I take this opportunity to thank him for that. Okay, so where are we? In the context of Telangana movement, I was reading Ambedkar's thoughts on linguistic states. Now I looked at this is kind of published after first State Reorganization Committee report, 1955, and Ambedkar actually could not take part in the debate because he was ill. But then he responded in his writing. What I was trying to say that just before a year of his death, actually 1956 is that, and this man actually despite his illness, he actually written certain linguistic. I thought it really amazing actually. It seems he kind of have his typewriter beside his bed, and so we keep on writing. So that's what this morning also somebody was telling about Ambedkar's reading habits. Like that actually, if you look at Kancha Ilaiah's writing, actually, you see he was at least from my memory, he responded to Karamchedu incident, he responded to Chundur incident. Then when this OBC reservation during this people Singh government came up, reservations for BC. Then throughout actually until now, you kind of constantly, I say either Madhika Dandora or Mal Mahanadu or now current Telangana incident or larger Hindu aspect, how to kind of remove untouchability and then discrimination. All his life actually has been kind of focusing on these issues, and actually it's kind of really great. Then actually one last thing that I wanted to say is that Kancha Ilaiah's writings, if you all look at, it's all about, I must say, it's all about democracy and democratization. In the sense, on the one hand, you have a hierarchy, caste hierarchy, and dominance, and then political power oppression. And this is all his writings actually in dialogue. It's I think it's an open invitation to all those Brahmins or upper caste and those people who doesn't believe in equality, humanity, respect. It's an open invitation to all those people. Okay, look, man, read this and try and understand. When you don't want to be kind of you move from being a Brahminist to humanist. Not even Ambedkar. Yes, Ambedkar is humanist. You become a human being rather than confining in the in a small hut of Brahmanism or Hinduism. You become a humanist. This is where I think ideas, writings, ideas, and thoughts stand. So if you look at from why I'm not a Hindu. I wanted to say something about why I'm not a Hindu. The title itself. Actually, you said why I'm not a Hindu, but at the same time, subtitle Sutra Critique of Hindu Philosophy, Culture, and Political Economy. I couldn't resolve myself asking this person all the time. So I didn't get the option to ask Kancha Ilaiah. But okay, you're not a Hindu, but why you are a Sudra? If you're not Hindu, means why? How come you could be a Sudra? It's somewhere I felt that he's kind of within the system. If you're not a Hindu, that means I am not a part of this Hindu structure. So I could be kind of from the point of a democrat point of view or a human point of view or somebody point of some sect. But here this man is talking about from a Sutra point of view, Sutra critique. So I didn't kind of really get that one. I think actually Kancha Ilaiah, I don't know, maybe at some point of time either he will kind of respond or write or maybe rectify. But it didn't kind of really go together. In the sense you're not a Hindu. If you're not a Hindu, I mean if you are a Hindu, then you are a Brahmin or you are a Shudra or a Madhika or Mala, anybody, But if you are not a Hindu, then you are just a human being. Maybe you kind of you are rich or poor, you're man or woman, but then you're not sort of Sudra. But here you're saying that you are not Hindu, but at the same time you are kind of saying this it's a Sudra critique. I think maybe people might respond or Kancha Ilaiah might respond at a later some point of time. Following that actually, I was saying that democratization. Look at Kancha Ilaih's writings in recent incident Usmania University, Deepstall thing or Telangana aspect, asking for redistribution of resources for the Dalit Bahujan, for greater representation of all the people in the system. Also, beef eating is discriminated against. I am eating beef, that's why I am discriminated against. And so, you eat beef, like what Ambedkar did in Mahatma lake or pond, because people were not allowed to take the water. That's a part of discrimination. And so you handle the discrimination where it is happening actually. And so he took all his people and went there and then he drank. Yeah, that's against discrimination. And then the challenging the discrimination. Usmania people also, a few people also, and then their Central University students also of course beef consumption is not allowed in public. We are all discriminated because we eat beef, and so it's by consuming the beef in the midst of Usmania University. Yeah, I'm closing that. So we challenge that. But we all responded to that. So in a way, what I'm trying to say is that it's it's a dialogue. It's an open invitation to all those people who don't believe in democracy, who don't believe in inequality, to come and then read and then rectify yourself. Regain your humanity. That's all I say. I thank all the people for the patience listening, and Kancha Ilaiah sir for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Now we have the last speaker, Mr. Selection, and please part of you.